I've got one pick for today.
One pick. Just one.
What is that game, Chuck? And give us a little of your thoughts.
Hey, Army-Navy. They do it this week every year now. This is the third year, I believe. Maybe the fourth. Where it used to be the same weekend as the conference championships. They moved it so it could be its own week. Makes sense.
I'm okay with that.
On a day today, 70 years after Pearl Harbor bombed, it's it's got some meaning. It's resounds, and it's Army, it's Navy, it's triple option against triple option, and both teams are a little down this year, and neither going to a bowl, which is kind of a bummer. But
so this is their bowl game this year, so
and that's what
feels
cool.
like one.
It is a huge game for them. There's a lot of pride. There's the one time where they're against each other. They're going to be fighting for the country here, shortly, and fighting for us, so we can be on TV and talk to you about this.
So
appreciate you guys.
Yeah, appreciate it. Some good thoughts there on the game. CBS. 2:30 Eastern time, which means 1:30 here.
Yeah.
So, hopefully it's a good game. You don't want to see either team blow out the other one on this type of a game. You want to see a hard-fought, good game, going down to the wire, seeing our troops in action.
And that's what I like. That it's kind of like Iowa State from the standpoint that even when one team is better than another, the 90s were Army-laden teams where they were really good. Late 90s, 2000s, Navy was better. The games are still pretty close. And every now and then you'll get one where it's not, but maybe that's because of the ground offense. But, I think it's going to be a competitive contest.
I'm going to have to go with Army this game.
You're going with Army?
Yeah.
Interesting. The Knights.
Yes.
Black Knights. Well, I am going to go with Navy. And
I figure you might have. So that's why I went with Army. We got one game. Let's battle it out.
Let's
not be on the same side here.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the records here. So
what we got? 4-7 for Navy.
Yep, and 3-8. So pretty similar records as well.
Look at that. Army's fourth in the country in rushing. That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's very good. So that'll be a good game. Don't want to spend a whole bunch more time. We're running over as is right now. We do have quick fantasy picks after we go.
I'll be really happy when Missouri finally leaves the Big 12.
I'll be really happy when West Virginia makes it in.
Yes. Iowa State's their closest opponent. 800 some miles away.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Not as bad as the Big East.
No, San Diego State. Only Hawaii is further west than San Diego State.
Big East, why didn't you just add Hawaii? Shoot, we're going to go to Texas and we're going to go to California and southern tip of Florida. We might as well fly to Hawaii. Might just fly to Europe too and play some football games while you're there.
So, I was thinking.
Really?
Just another, which doesn't happen very often.
That's awesome.
There's another reason I'm not a huge Missouri fan now. Wow. Another reason, folks.
I don't like Columbia.
No.
No?
We know that.
Yeah.
That's Gary Pinkel. What were you thinking by putting Oklahoma State as the 5th or 6th or whatever it was best team in America?
Well, I actually know why. They had this on TV the other day when he was filling it out. It was when he was in his car and it was filled up to here with wine when the cops pulled him over for the OWI, and they said license and registration, and he accidentally handed his picks and it got all messed up, and then he was trying to find them later on and he had to go off of memory, which was bad as it was.
Yeah, that's just a dumb move. They're in your you know how good they are.
No, that's the politics. What Nick Saban had Oklahoma State 5th.
Yeah,
so he could get them too.
Well, yeah,
and I don't know what the math was. I didn't do the math.
He did that on purpose. There's just, and I don't know if maybe Saban was, or not Saban, but Pinkel was doing a little hey, let me help the SEC since we're going to be going into it, and
You know he's getting a good Christmas gift this year.
Well, that's fine. Guess what? Welcome to the Independence Bowl, the only non-Big 12 affiliated bowl, Missouri. That's what you're going to get.
Well, next year, welcome to 3-9.
Yeah. That's going to be so fun watching the Tigers just... Well, you know what? I can't really say that all that much. Yeah, I guess I can since they'll be in the West, potentially. But they played a very, very tough conference and were 4-5.
Welcome to 3-9.
Still, huh? Okay. Just to let you know, Missouri, this team that Pinkle, I'm not going to throw all Missouri in there. Just to let you know, Pinkle, the team that was not all that good, they beat you 45-24.
Yeah.
They're not that great, but they beat you 45-24. And my little thing's talking to us.
All right, Justin Blackman.
Yes.
We talked about him last.
We talked about him a few times.
Pretty good. Yeah.
So, I don't know. I think we covered everything. We got some volleyball in there, some wrestling. We got the big game on Friday, Iowa State. Talked a little bit about the Big Four schools and basketball going forward. Obviously, talked about the bowl games. We got the Pinstripe. We got the Insight. We've got Oklahoma and Rutgers coming up. Bowl extravaganza here next week before all the bowl games really start to kick off. We might be having a break somewhere in here. I don't know when it will be. Maybe just for the holiday season. Might skip 1 week in there. We'll see. We'll make up our minds.
We'll figure that out. So let's make some fantasy picks.
Okay. I'm going to go with who I think is going to have continue to have a good bounce back after his injury is Malcolm Floyd. That's what I'm going
Malcolm Floyd. That's a very good pick. And
he had
San Diego's going to start turning it up as they always do.
And he had a great game last night, 104 yards and a TD. So
I'm stepping
not
out.
Last night, 2 nights ago. I'm
on a limb.
Okay.
I'm going to take a chance. Go also with someone that you may or may not be starting. May be available in your league. I'm going with Marion Barber, the third.
Okay.
Basically, yes, Denver's defense pretty good. Yes, they're going to be keying on the run. But you know what? He was running pretty good this last week. I think the offensive line steps it up. They know they got to have it. I think the Bears defense creates some turnovers. They see the tape of the Detroit game, and the Bears defense is one defense that can emulate the Detroit defense.
And I'm going to be honest with you, which I usually do.
Yeah, I know you're being an honest person.
I'm sitting Tebow this week because of that Bears defense.
They're gonna. I think it's a smart call because they play good assignment football. Urlacher and Peppers. That's a tough match. Lance Briggs.
The one thing that does kind of like that made me think, well, they do have an unbelievable defense. They do put a lot of pressure. Is the fact that a similar quarterback, if you had to say there was a similar quarterback to Tebow in the NFL, who would you say?
Cam Newton?
And I think Cam Newton had 2 rushing TDs against the Bears. So that kind of scared me a little bit, but I still think I still don't think Tebow is Cam Newton, and I think the Bears defense is still pretty good, so I'm going to stick with keeping them on the bench.
I think that's a 9-6 game, one way or the other.
I hope so.
I get 5 field goals.
I want to sit there and feel good. My coaching rating right now is the worst in my league.
Oh.
75%.
Oh.
Of
I'm
the
sorry
points
to hear that.
Yeah. A quarter of my points I've left on the bench this year. It's been bad. It's been a struggle.
You'll have that.
Yeah. But I'm winning in picks.
Yeah, by 8 with 1 game this week.
Yes. It could be 7, folks.
Could be 9.
Well,
it ain't going to be 8.
Well, if we carry the 2 and we divide by the Pythagorean theorem.
A squared, B squared equals C squared.
There we go. Anyway.
All right. Another week. Was this week 15? 14.
This is week something.
Wow.
I don't know. Tell us what week we're on.
Might get a prize.
So, anywho, Steve Myers.
Chuck Utek.
Telling y'all, have a good night. Enjoy bowl season, basketball,
volleyball,
wrestling,
You and I, Friday night, Montana. Watch that game on ESPN.
Didn't even think to talk about
Go
that.
Panthers.
Go Panthers. Let's win ourselves a championship. It's going to be a great atmosphere. Always is over there.
Yeah.
They take their football really seriously.
26,000 people.
As they should. They've always have a good team, just like you and I. Yeah. Go get them, Panthers. I want to see you in the national championship game.
Yes. That would be really cool.
Man, I forgot. I'm sorry about that, Panther Nation. I was thinking we might have forgotten something.
Yeah,
we did.
Sorry about that.
So enjoy all those sports we talked about. Throw in air hockey. Why not?
Love air hockey.
Enjoy air hockey.
Yeah. And if you have one of those bubble hockey games, those are good too.
Yeah, enjoy lots of stuff.
And we'll see you next week with any other things you want to talk about.
Anything. And Mayhem Miller, disappointed, bud. Disappointed in you. I thought you had it. I thought you were going to go in there and get him. He gave you a lot of crap during the show. He gave you lots of crap. But Bisbee came out on top. Mayhem, disappointed.
Yeah!
He's disappointed too. He just doesn't know it yet. So, alright folks. We'll see you next week. CyHawkThoughts signing out. Steve Myers, Chuck Utek. Follow us on Twitter at CyHawkThoughts. And CyHawkThoughts at yahoo.com. Have a great night.